John Deere Lawn Rake Rescue, William Hovey Smith, 2025. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and today is Lawn Rake Rescue. My poor lawn rake here, it happens to be a John Deere, and I've used it for a few years, but it got trapped with Hurricane Helene, dropped a huge cedar tree behind me. And I have been busying myself cleaning up from the other 15 trees that were down in my yard. So consequently, there's a year's growth here of privet hedge and shrubs, and it's still somewhat entangled with the cedar tree. So we are going to get it out today. And we're going to use two of my mechanical creatures, that is lawnmowers, to work it and pull it out. But first, I have to mow some grass because it has grown. And when you run this lawn rake, it works best if your grass is short to start with. It will pick up, magnolia leaves just fine, no problem. Our pecan leaves, yeah, it'll get those too, but it has trouble with pine straw. And pine straw has to be dry, and it has to be absolutely free of other twigs, or it will foul the pickup mechanism. So we have been about this morning picking every twig and branch and piece of wood I could find off the ground, including some cuttings from limbs that fell. So now we're going to get started getting my vehicles running and my chainsaws going, so I can at least move enough of this cedar so that I can get at this thing. This Craftsman lawnmower is a turbo cool, so-called, and it has a 19.5 turbo twin cylinder engine, it says, and it puts out 15.5 horsepower overhead valve. And these days, modern gas cans have been fitted with so many safety features that they are to the point of being almost unusable, as well as being dangerous to use. I have modified that one and got it to work somewhat, but the safest and best way I have found thus far is to take the cap completely off and pour directly from the container. My filling directly from the gas can resulted in spilled gasoline, of course, which is easily and dangerously ignitable. Consequently, I'm going to do work with the chainsaw first and let all this evaporate from the surface, and then come back and start this lawnmower. Yeah, you don't want to spill gasoline all over everything and then start, because there are electrical components in the mechanism all the way around. So yeah, any spark, poof, the whole thing would blow up on it. That is a formidable cedar tree, and we have been working on it a little bit. We've already cleared at least an entry point to it, but we've now got to remove that material so I can get to the front end of the sweeper. Hopefully I would pull it out towards me in this direction to keep from having to turn it around. We are making progress. I'm using the Greenworks chainsaw, and it has a good long blade on it. And I just put a new titanium blade just because I knew I was going to be tackling this tree. And we are actually getting stuff moved so we can get at the front end of our lawn sweeper. On the riding front, My novel in progress, Petrov's Escape, is now in the hands of a proofreader to find little errors in it that I just frankly could not see. That's always wise for writers to do. On the screenplay side, we have the Buzzard Squadron, and it is entered in and competing and has won, actually, in 2 festivals. And this includes the Peachtree Village International Film Festival, which takes place in Atlanta, and a virtual festival, which is followed by a real live event in Las Vegas called Shock Fest. I'm also getting ready for Georgia's black powder hunting season, which starts like tomorrow morning. We're getting our fire started here to burn up what we've already collected. And as you can see, right down at the bottom of the flame, there's sort of an air gap there. That's already burned away. But these very irregular branches were twisted and gnarled. Yeah, they're slowly combusting. But yeah, we'll get down to where we have a bed of coals ultimately. With this old mower, about every time we start it, we have to add, well, nearly a quart of oil. Yeah, we'll get that fixed one of these days. But right now, as long as we add the oil, it does just fine. Now, the mower deck is a replacement deck, and I have a video on how I replaced it. Someone had one to give away, and the deck was fine. So, and this one was worn out, so we took care of that. So now, come on, baby. See what you'll do. It's been a while. Don't have time to fool with it right now. All right, so this failed right now, so we have an alternative. With the use of Husqvarna lawnmower number 2, we have cleared much of the area. Now we're going to get our working tools out of there and mow that area where the chainsaws are now sitting, and then get back in there and see if we can move that rake around enough so we can hook it up to the back. And now we're going to mow that area clean and see if we can move that lawn rake so we can get at it. Now the question is, can I horse this thing around good enough to get it out of here? Okay, making progress. start up on the trunk. Okay, we're going to have to move it forward a little bit. We're getting there, guys. We are. Pins in. Thank you. Keys in. Okay. Well, I think we did it. Well, against adverse conditions of location and weather, I believe we have rescued one lawn sweeper. This privet hedge is actually growing in the machine. We'll have to get some clippers to get those roots out. With a knife, yeah, I just cut the fabric. Yeah. Another year, and it would have been pretty bad. Because it was about 9 months. And it was pretty well grown in. Crackling you hear in the background is a fire. I've just put the unburned particles on it. And so that will completely burn down before we have the rain come. This is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.